I'm G, the owner and proprietor at Common Room here in Hastings. I think it's the established arts were already here. It was kind of the point. The established artists, the opera house, etc. But the grassroots coming through, the next generation, I don't think were being catered for at all.
My name is V, or Venus Hoy. I am a resident artist at the 118 Studios. I've been involved with the Common community probably for the last 5 years solidly. Like, I've watched it grow from absolutely nothing, like when it was this little pokey hole in a wall, to what it is now, and the beautiful flourishing creative community that's an offshoot to Commoners Club. I think that the arts in Hawke's Bay had reached a real comfortable plateau. Like, Hawke's Bay's always been known for arts. It kind of goes hand in hand with the winery culture. So there's always been a very settled, very beautifully varied artistic community here, but I think they got comfortable, and I think one of the things that Common Room so wonderfully did was it facilitated a place for new and emerging artists and creatives to come and really push what was the envelope at the time and really start to rattle a few cages, I think.
Well, the mandates probably took away 60% of our locals, and having no live music. So that was tough from a business point of view, but then a lot of people had very, very strong ideas about certain things. Very, very hard standing at the front door of Common Room and saying to people that are basically whānau, basically part of the furniture, have been for the 9 years we've been open. I'm really sorry, but you can't come in. I mean, that was incredibly difficult for me. It really sucked. And as I say, the majority of people kind of got it. They understood I was between a rock and a hard place. Some people took it personally. And that was the really, really difficult part. It really sucked. The most, with tables and separation, the most you can fit in this room is probably about 25, if you're going to follow the law. And who the hell's going to pay to go to a gig where you've got to sit down?
The passports, I think, created definitely a separation in society. It was the biggest impact that it had. It pitted next door neighbour against next door neighbour and husband against wife. I saw divorces, I saw families break down, I saw one lot of friends completely dissolve being friends with another one because of their political views. Like, at the end of the day, I believe in governments doing what they feel they justifiably need to do to keep their population safe. There's certain actions that have to be taken for the good of populace that the populace is not necessarily going to agree with. It's like pretty logical, strategical steps sometimes, especially when you're talking about pandemics. However, I think human beings are incredibly reactional, and we jump to the easiest, quickest, and not always the brightest solutions. The greater community around me has really struggled. Depression has hit them really bad. They've felt confined, isolated, disconnected. We've seen people not want to go back to places, like, since the mandates have lifted, because they felt so ostracised.
I was very seriously contemplating shutting the doors, moving on, doing something else with my life. We were throwing money into a black hole for the last 3 months in particular. We were just losing money, and the 3 months before that we were barely breaking even. But now the mandates went, the mask on, we've got bands, we've got dance floor. I'm really stoked with the way the community's come back.
I think things will get different, not better. And things are always meant to get different. You know what I mean? Change is uncomfortable for a hot minute and then it's wonderful.
My good mate Roy Brown at the Cabana said to me from day one, he said, our competition isn't each other, our competition is Netflix and the couch. When I started, we were the only place in Hastings, was myself and the Cabana, you know, doing live music. Now there's live music all over the place every weekend. So it's a really, really gratifying thing to have, and I think people will rediscover that. I think they're coming back already. Like I say, the last 4 weeks have given me this really, you know, there's a light, and let's go.